taking the line, a jammer that has had a pretty serious upward trajectory this season. Mr. 305, Dali from Angel.
Pile up in turn number 2. Mr. 305, Dali comes out with lead designation. Meanwhile, Kaio Kenzie is in the center of the pack, still has to make that initial pass, surrounded by blockers.
The art of jamming. I think with any sport that requires a lot of mental thought and confidence, jamming is equal parts mind and body. It's knowing that you're getting ready to put your body up against 3 or 4 other bodies, and a lot of time it's just you against them, and knowing that it's going to be you against them, and maybe you'll have help and maybe you won't, but you're still putting yourself through that and you're okay with it.
For me, the art of jamming is the chess game. I love looking at jamming for like the math problem that it is, you know, for the physics of the track, and for like calculating the distance, and it's like looking at the leverage points of how somebody's body is positioned and how I can move them forward and at what angle to be able to create a space just wide enough to get myself through. You know, for me, it's the problem solving. It's a math problem.
The art of jamming is really about your agility and your footwork. How quickly can you get from one point to another? It's about the dig and the power that you bring so that you make blockers commit to you. It's about your mental toughness and being able to make decisions in really intense moments and really difficult moments when you're finding it hard to see the light at the end.
think jamming is like an art because of how creative you get to be.
Being able to be creative under pressure and during the duration of that perseverance that I talked about earlier, it's like, can I under duress still paint happy little jukes?
It's a process of creativity, right? I call it the magic. It's these moments where you are one, your body and your mind is one. You are analyzing the game, you are being patient, you are setting situations of success for yourself, but you also accept that there's a big part of it that is not going to be controlled.
To me, the art of jamming is about creating patterns and breaking them and being as diverse and creative as you can. And I can't actually take credit for that. That was create patterns and break them was said to me by Sausage Rolls, and that's something that I think about every time I go on the track.
This jam begins with a crush back of the pack as Lady Trample out front. Barrett is the last walker to go, and it is going to be Lady Trample with lead jammer Klein jamming for Denver. And we'll pick up a track cut just barely on the inside line. That's drawn, so power jam now for Lady Trample and VRD out. Lady Trample pushed to the outside and finds an opening through the middle of turn number 1. We'll put 5 on the board. Or Lady Trample trying to inch her way through and force the bridge to extend for the Denver defense. Scald Eagle, lateral movement to the outside, and on the toe stop past the pivot line, lead jammer going to Scald Eagle in the Mile High Club, and jamming now trying to find an opening up through the inside, tumble through, Scald Eagle coming in hot, coming around on turn number 4, through 5-point pass, going to Scald Eagle at the Mile High Club, as Jamie trying to pull the same trick through the top of the apex, but the door is closed, and we are going to see a penalty issued for a forearm going to be assessed to copper top crush of the Mile High Club, as Jamie now able to take advantage of Denver losing the blocker out on that initial pass, while Scald is still at the top of the apex, attempting the second scoring pass.
So when Denver had their full floor, they were warming up very, very strongly on Jamie. Scald Eagle allowed to call off the jam, another 5-point pass, brings it to a total of 10 in that jam. 1-8.
My jamming coach, Shreddy Mercury, during my time at Rose would say he would want us to Bob Ross that shit. So like, being able to go out there and be so creative that we could do different maneuvers, different choices every pass, so that we're not, doing the same old, because the second we start doing the same old, they, as in our opponents, are going to catch on to those patterns and they're going to shut it down.
You cannot control everything, or else you become predictable. So you just throw yourself out there and you let your body take over. You find yourself in strange, weird body positions and you find your way out. And then it's after, when you watch the footage, you're like, how did that happen? To me, that's the art. It's the magic, the creativity in the moment that makes you able to face and surpass any kind of challenges.
Anytime I get beat, when I come off the track or go back onto the track from a big hit, I think break the pattern, like do something different. Be original was actually something that I asked my bench to say to me when they could see that I was going into a repetitive stage. It's all about creativity.
I think the art of jamming has a lot to do with, your mindset and being able to adapt and constantly reassessing and having those instincts to help you better yourself in better situations. The art of jamming is learning other people as well as learning yourself, being able to recognize things in the moment. I definitely think it takes a certain type of person to master the art of jamming.